So, hello everybody. Today we're going to do an unboxing, and it's a big unboxing. Up top we have a couple of 40mm bases which I need for my Lord of the Rings strategy battle game. And we have organizers which are from eRaptor, and I can really recommend eRaptor as a company. They're compatible with Talisman. Now, I know Talisman, I've played Talisman, can't say that I like it because I don't like the player versus player interaction, but since Fantasy Flight Games have now basically decided to standardize the sizes of their game components, this one should be compatible with Descent. So, and since you know that I love Descent, this should come in handy. Now, talking of Descent, as you know, I love Descent, and I've got every single big expansion that's out there, and I just completed my collection the other week, and I did an unboxing. But Descent is, of course, a product set in a fantasy world, the fantasy world of Hoth, which is Fantasy Flight Games' own world. However, as you may know, Fantasy Flight Games has managed to get a big pie, or like a big slice, I should say, of a very, very famous and quite old franchise, and they're maxing out on it, and that is the Star Wars franchise. So we've got the Star Wars Legions strategy tabletop game, which is it's not a strategy game, it's a skirmish game. We've got the X-Wing, we've got a Armada game, which I have no idea what that does. We've got, of course, the 3 source book core rule set Star Wars RPG, and we've got the Descent clone Star Wars Imperial Assault. And that's what's in this box. So let's take a look. Of course, as with Descent already, we have custom-made dice. I mean, this is now the way that they really roll. We see custom-made dice in not in Eldritch Horror, in Elder Sign, in Mansions of Madness 2nd edition. We've always had those in Descent. We've got them in the Star Wars RPG, and of course here in Imperial Assault we also have them. So I bought a second pack because it's always good to have an additional pack just in case you lose a die, because otherwise the system will become pretty much unplayable unless you want to use an app, like a die rolling app. So I got a second box, and here we are. This is not just one game, so don't worry about it. It's actually still quite big, but it's more than just one game. Yeah, already failing up the first hurdle. So here we are. This is Star Wars Imperial Assault. A game of legendary Star Wars adventure and tactical miniatures combat for 2 to 5 players. Now, this is, like Descent, 2nd edition, an adversarial game, so somebody has to play the Empire. It's called Imperial Assault, so they are the ones that get all of the big guns. And you've got the heroes, and usually you would play against each other, or you could use an app. There's also an app, like there is for Descent, 2nd edition, called Road of Legend, or Road to Legend. But as you know, I don't like using apps. It just doesn't do anything for me. And as you know, I play Descent and play both sides, and I'm going to do the same with Imperial Assault. So, what's in the box? Well, what we can expect are miniatures, tiles, terrain tiles to be punched out, tokens, and cards. It's really a Descent clone. I don't want to say that all of the mechanics are identical, but it's the same. You've got heroes, which have character-related cards, which you can use. Some of these are items, some of these are abilities, and you level up as you go through the game. And there will also be a campaign included here. Now, people are kind of like saying, well, the campaign in the base game isn't that good. The same was true of Descent 2nd edition. The first campaign that was enclosed with the base game wasn't that good, so they then actually replaced it in later printings with a different one, which is actually very good. But I like both, but probably because I'm a simple-minded person and I just enjoy gaming, and I don't really need to have a lot of motivation. I just like gaming, and so yeah. Apart from these rules, there should also be skirmish rules in here, and I have no idea how this is going to work, because usually when you have a skirmish game, you have two sides. They have points allocated, so basically, I don't know, you may have 10 troops and they're worth 10 points, and somebody else may have one hero who's worth 10 points, and then you would basically mix and match. However, when you think of, for example, the Lord of the Rings strategy battle game, you have the good side and the bad side. They all have heroes usually, and all have ground troops, or like red shirts. Here you have lots of red shirts, but they are all the evil side, or the Empire, depending on how you run. You might actually prefer the Empire. And the good player, so to speak, has only got heroes, but no troops. That's different from Star Wars Legion, where you do have troops. So I don't know how this will work, but we'll see. In addition to having normal, let's say normal unnamed heroes and the antagonists, the Empire, we have two named hero packs. One is Darth Vader and one is Luke Skywalker in here as the base game. So let's open this up. And also you would find dice in here, the dice that you need for playing. It's a lovely box, very nice finish. It opens with this satisfying, it's tight, but that's good. And we will probably find the absolutely useless Fantasy Flight Game insert, which isn't really an insert, but more an insult. And I cannot open up a Fantasy Flight Game without commenting on the uselessness of it. So what we've got is Star Wars Imperial Assault figure packs. Look for additional ally and villain packs sold separately. This is the same, a little bit like Descent, where the villains themselves usually are depicted as little chits with their portraits on them, but you can buy them in addition, and you can also buy hero sets in addition. So here you've got examples of figure packs, Royal Guard Champion, IG-88, these are probably evil ones. I don't know the first thing about Star Wars. I think I've seen every single episode 4, 5 and 6 a couple of times, but probably also with intervals in between, and never watched them to the end. So I do know that the Death Star explodes, and I do know about, you know, I am your father, Luke, and that Luke and Leia are actually brother and sister, and that Ewoks are really cute, and that Yoda lives in a swamp. That's all I know about it, and I honestly don't have any stake in the Star Wars franchise or in the story. For me, it's space opera. Yeah. And I also realized that Chewbacca doesn't wear clothes, whereas his family do, so that's a bit weird. But, you know, never mind. Here we've got the Learn to Play. Read this first. So apparently I would assume that these are quick start rules. So it basically gives you the component list, introduction, game overview. Oh, we've got a counter. That's a lot like the counter that you get with Lord of the Rings, so you put it together. This is the threat and round dial. And it tells you what you're getting. 59 map tiles, 4 door tokens and 4 plastic stands, 11 dice, figures, and I'm really looking forward to those. 1 rules reference guide, 1 campaign guide, 1 skirmish guide, and 6 hero sheets, so you get 6 heroes. 39 deployment cards in 3 decks, 10 story mission cards, 14 side mission cards, 18 agenda cards, 5 reference cards, 54 hero class cards, 6 decks, 9 in each, 27 Imperial class cards, 3 decks, 9 in each, 36 item cards, 3 decks, 12 in each, 12 supply cards, 18 reward cards, 42 command cards, 12 condition cards, 3 decks, 4 in each, 1 initiative token, 45 damage tokens, 2 skirmish mission cards, 8 terminal tokens, 8 crate tokens. So basically they would be parts of a mission where it says, you know, you have to go to a terminal and maybe type in some code and blow something up. 12 ally and villain tokens, that's what we were talking about, that you can be replaced with a token. ID stickers, activation tokens, blah, blah, blah. And here we've got a cat and he would really like to sit in the box. So I'm just going to make it possible for him to get into the box. Okay, so we're not going to read the rules. Yeah, there is something about line of sight. And that is different from the line of sight in Descent, but I'm told that it's actually, once you've understood the rules, you just have to remember them, but they're actually quite straightforward. Here we've got the campaign guide. I assume that you have missions, and then depending on who wins, it would branch into different directions. That's what it's like in Descent. And back here you've got, yeah, back here you've got the Imperial Assault campaign log. So the first mission that you have to play is Aftermath, then you have side mission, story mission 1, side mission, story mission 2, threat level. I think the threat level allows the Imperial player to deploy more of his troops. Rules reference guide, that's actually a glossary. Stop. This rules reference guide does not teach players how to play the game. Players should first read the Learn to Play booklet, then use this rules reference guide as needed when playing the game. Okay, we will not even look at it, but for everyone who's really into glossaries, and I know that there's one person probably still watching who is, they've got a separate glossary. And here we've got the skirmish guide, and I do want to take a look at this because I do want to understand how this works. Introduction, blah, blah. Stop. Before reading this document, first read pages 1 to 9 in the Learn to Play booklet. This will teach the basic concepts. Yeah, well, I'm a seasoned player. I don't need this. I just want to understand how you put together... Okay. Imperial Army, deployment cards, Darth Vader, Royal Guard, Stormtrooper, command cards, okay. And he has deployment cards. Luke Skywalker, Diala Pasil, Jin Odan, Garkhan, and Fenn Sickness. So yeah, he actually, the rebel army is really not an army, but it's really made up of heroes. Okay, that's what I thought. So that question is answered. These ones you can put on your troops to keep them apart. So here we've got the punch boards. 1 of 7, we should have 2. We should have 7 altogether. Let's just take a look. Yeah, and like I said, the useless insert. I've also been told that the figures are bigger than the Descent figures, and we will see. So that's 1 of 7. Ooh, and it's coming out already. Punches out quite nicely. 1 of 7, 2 of 7. They're of course double-sided. Very nice. How good they will play will be determined when you actually play, because you can see different colors here. So this is blue, and this indicates probably that this is difficult terrain. Red probably means you can't pass through it. The color scheme is kind of darkish, so we will see how well these hold up when you're actually playing. That's, are you 3 of 7? Yes, then you are 4 of 7, 5 of 7, 6 of 7, and 7 of 7. So not 7 of 9, haha. See what I did there? I brought in a Star Trek reference. So yeah, should all be there. Our dice, standees, cards. Yeah. Let's take a look. And this would be, I guess, a rebel. Yeah, and it tells you down here, if you want to buy this card, it's got 3 XP, you have to pay for it. And then there are some that don't have XP, and they probably are given to you as starting equipment. This would be Empire. Also Empire. And the only reason why I know this is because I will always recognize a Stormtrooper when I see one, but also this symbol up here is the same symbol that represents the Empire in the Star Wars RPG on their dice. These are cards that indicate a condition: stunned, bleeding, and focused. So it's got a positive condition, focused. And these are then probably item cards depending on the act. So item 1, level 1, item level 2, item level 3. And these are possibly, well, we shall see, these are shock grenade. These are cards for the Empire to play. These are reward cards. Marksman, yeah, ability cards. For 0, 1, and 3, and probably 2 as well. So these are also cards you can buy. Just and here we've got different heroes. So. And these would be relevant to these particular heroes. So we've got a Chewie. Well, he's not Chewie, but he's a Wookiee. Yes. Females are underrepresented. Okay. Whoops. And there went my focus. So we'll put it in here. Card quality, very nice. Very lovely. Nice to the touch. I believe that this is the villain and hero pack. So we should be seeing Luke Skywalker and his father. And we do see Luke Skywalker and his father. I am not sure if this is actually bigger than the miniatures for Descent. I actually don't think so. But the quality and detail is amazing. Remember, this is not the skirmish game, this is not the tabletop game, this is a board game. The detail on this miniature, especially like, you know, this flowing cape that he's wearing, the front of his, you know, he's got this thing on his, he's got this thing on his chest, which, I don't know, regulates his breathing apparatus, you know, it's all there. It's really, really well done. I'm very impressed with those minis. I've been told that they were good, and I do expect high things of FFG when it comes to minis, because they have a tradition of having really, really good minis. And here we've got special cards for our heroes. The Ways of the Force. Okay, so in a way we have just these ones, Son of Skywalker, and these ones are for Mr. Vader. And they have the same backs. Okay. Then Lost Knowledge, so these would be Massassi Ruins. So these are the actual things that you do during your skirmish game. So the skirmish information would come apparently with the hero decks. Obsession, Imperial Facility, Dark Obsession, Lord Vader's Command, Lord Vader's Command, Lord Vader's Command. Okay, yeah, we would have to find out how these actually work. And here we've got more information on, this is then the actual side mission for Darth Vader, Lord of the Sith. Component breakdown, 1 plastic figure, 6 command cards, 3 agenda cards, 2 skirmish mission cards, Massassi Ruins, and then this is how you would set up the mission. And a second one, Dark Obsession. And here we've got the same for Mr. Skywalker, or the young Skywalker, I should say, because they're technically speaking both Skywalkers. Yeah, and this would be the figure packs information, so yeah. Component breakdown, again, a plastic figure, reward card, command cards, the close to home, moisture farm setup, and the sympathy for the rebellion setup for their for their particular personalized missions, I guess. So we will put this back. So this is the Skywalker. The Skywalkers go in here, and their miniatures go in here. And of course they will all have to be painted, and I've already gotten my spray paint organized because I've run out of spray paint. Okay, so let's see what else we've got. Yep, big cards. Imperial Industries, so these would be Empire cards, Retaliation, for the right price. Okay, so these are probably Empire cards. These are the same back. Let's take them back by back. These are a new threat. That's a story mission thing, so it goes with the story that you're telling. These ones have... These are also mission cards, side mission, loose cannon, side mission, homecoming. Here we've got get to the ship and smuggle goods. Imperial Assault core game, whatever these are, we'll find out. Here we've got evil cards, obviously, or reference conditions, reference keywords, reference massive, reference mobile, reference attribute test. So basically these are cards for the Imperial player to, as reference essentially. That helps. So instead of having to look at stuff, you can also look at this. And these would be the cards that denote the Empire's strength. So, well, actually rebels, so that's them, so that's the rebels, not the Empire's strength. So basically this one is PS1 +1 accuracy when he rolls a lightning symbol, and they've got 3 health, 4 speed, defense, a roll up 1 die, and it's white. Attack is a blue and a yellow die, and it's ranged. Mak Esh Kare, he's a spy. Attacks with 2 blue dice, so that would be a hero. So these are the named heroes, and then you have Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca. Okay, so they probably come up not as minis because Chewie is not in the box. Oh, here we've got skirmish upgrade and Rebel High Command skirmish upgrade. I don't know who the lady is, but probably you guys do. And here we have the these are the monster cards. We've got the Nexu. Somebody said that they look like a really scary Cheshire cat with a wide grin. Not another Nexu, that would be the Elite one. Trandoshan Hunter. IG-88, Temporary Alliance. These are skirmish upgrades. And then here we've got other forces, the Stormtrooper. And here you've got different, if you like, units. So well, different platoons, I guess. Stormtrooper 1, Stormtrooper 2, and the Elites. Imperial Officer 1, Imperial Officer 2, and the Elites. Royal Guard Elite. Probe Droid. 2 Probe Droids and 1 Elite. Web Engineer, ATST, Darth Vader, General Weiss, Royal Guard Champion, and Temporary Alliance. These are Guardian Brawler, so they kind of go together. And this one is a skirmish upgrade. Sorry. And now, last but by no means least, we've got the character sheets of the people we will be able to play. Diala Pasil is a haunted exile, and I have read up on this. He's a Twi'lek, as you can see, because he's got these flesh things protruding. So this is his front side. And then when you turn him around, when he has been hurt, you can see it here, like, you know, you just turn them around, unlike in Descent where they fall over and then you have to basically give them back life. When they're down to 0, you turn them over. That's Darth Vader. He's I know it in my heart, he's my cat. And then basically he is a little less strong. And we've got Mak Eshkare, who's a bold renegade, not a bald renegade, a bold renegade. And so then he's lost his glasses. Jin Odin, she's a sly smuggler. Fen Cygnus, a hardened veteran. Gideon Argus, and Garchan. So only one woman, not impressed. You could have done better. Even in this day and age, this is a disgrace. So that's the cards. Let's put them back so that nothing happens to them. We don't lose any and they don't get nicked. I always debate if I should sleeve them. Yeah, one day. So these are the small ones. Put them back in here so nobody gets lost. No card is left behind. But of course you're wondering, okay, didn't she say something about miniatures? Where the hell are they? That's where this terrible insert comes into play. They are hiding in here. And let's take a look. Here we've got the droids. Those attack, sorry, not droids, attack drones. Oh, this one has already come off its thing. Ah, that's too bad. Yeah, but I should be able to, yeah, put them back on. So, very nice. Solid quality, very much detail. Nice. Look forward to painting these. They will be easy. You just spray paint them black, and then you just apply a lot of what you call it, dry brushing with gunmetal gray. This is the thing, which I don't know the name of, but it is the thing, the big thing, the thing that basically, I guess, walks. Yes, I'll have to figure out how this goes together, but I suppose this is actually the thing it stands on, so these would go on here, possibly like this. Yeah, so yeah, these would go somewhere into the thing up here. We will figure this out. Yes, so this is how this works. 1, 2, yeah, and 1, 2, whoopsie. Oh, this is actually movable. This is interesting. It turns, pivots. Don't pivot just now, because no, but that's interesting because you could actually give it facing. And then possibly like has to be like this. No. You can always use force or the force depending on how you roll, I guess. And here we are. There it is, rock solid. Don't even need to glue it. And these go somewhere, and we will find out where in the next session. Yeah, so not too worried about this. This is probably going to go somewhere here. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. And then this one is going to go somewhere where we have something sticking out. And I'm just wondering if this is facing the wrong way. We will never know. Okay. Oh no, there's more. Whoops, there is more. Okay, but there is instructions. I saw that earlier. So let's see. I'll just put all of this back. And again, spray painted black. You know, do some magic with dry brushing in gunmetal and you'll be fine. So, here we've got the Nexu. It's smaller than I thought, but it's very detailed. You can see its hairs. This is going to be lovely to paint, and I recommend Sorastro's painting guides for these guys. I looked at them and yeah, I'm going to go with them. They're so good, they're idiot proof, even I can do it. Second Nexu. Now, you can tell apart the good guys from the bad guys, because the good guys are always beige. Everybody else who's evil is grey. So this is the Bothan. This is the human. This is the Wookiee. This is the other human. This is the Twi'lek. He's got a lightsaber. And there he goes. And this is the lady, also human. And now let's see. This is the web engineer. And I know this because I've watched playthroughs. Apparently they're all dressed in white. Okay, so let's just try and keep them together as far as we can. So we've got 2 web engineers. Yep. I love these ones. These are the Imperial Guard people, or whatever they're called. And I love them because, first of all, they're easy to paint. Red, black in the eyes, silver black here, or metal black here. But they also look really, really cool. So we've got 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got the Trandoshan lizard people. 4 of them. Very nice. Very detailed. You can see the nubbly skin that they have. This reptile skin. Yes. We've got this general person. Meow. And we've got another person. And we've got plenty of stormtroopers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus another of these. So we've got 8. No, we've got 9 stormtroopers. I lie. And do they have different poses? No, they're all identical. Okay. So, but I think we've got elite ones, so I'll have to figure something out. Apparently you can also get some kind of like something on the... so we're just going to put the heroes in with the rest of this thing. Small bits, which we will have to glue. So, yeah, so that looks really good. I'm very impressed. I was hoping for nice minis because I'm looking forward to painting them. I'm really motivated to paint them. I wasn't so motivated to paint the last batch of the Fantasy Flight Descent 2nd edition one, so I didn't do that big a job, but it's still usable, obviously, but, you know, it wasn't the best I could have done. But I was really looking forward to these, and I'm really looking forward to painting these. So, yeah. Let's put these back in. And Monday is a bank holiday, so I will get to play this weekend. I will probably spray paint them on Saturday. Won't be able to do it on Friday because Friday is election day, and also then I have a play date in the evening, so I don't have time. But probably Saturday, so I should be able to give this a spin on Sunday. They will on Monday. They won't be painted, but they will at least be sprayed. So cards, more cards, even more cards, dice, more dice, cards, and that would be it. Okay, so, but like I said, wait. Oh, yeah, I wanted to check something. I need to check if this fits in here. I believe it does, and if it does, then I can use this for, whoopsie, all kinds of things. Let's see. Sorry, you'll have to watch me do some DIY. Okay. I've got Kate Bush in my head. Ja, ich weiß, das ist super, das ist ganz toll, aber nimm trotzdem bitte deinen Fuß runter, Krümel. Danke. And last one. They always give you a couple of spare things, and I can tell you, you will need them. Even if you don't have a cat, because I actually lost one of my screws. Nicht für dich, Krümel. Nein, nein, nein. Nein. Okay, so here we are. This goes back in the bag, in the bag, and in the bag. No. Like so. And we might just as well put it in here, and let's see if this works, and I hope it will. And it does, then I can also use this for descent. And then you can just basically easily take it out and turn it around. Brilliant. I'm very pleased. Because then you can actually put your cards in here that you have. Like you can. I'm going to show you how this works in case you're wondering. You get these cards and you can just stick them in here, and you can see what your character can do. Stick them in here, or you can also just, yeah. So you have enough room for 8 cards, which is a lot. And you could put markers here as well if you wanted to. So yeah, very pleased. Good. Put this in here. But like I said, there is more. Because in for a penny, in for a pound. I saw this and I couldn't resist. It's the Hoth, Return to Hoth expansion. Why couldn't I resist? I just love Yetis. I know it's not a Yeti, but it looks like one and it's just cute. And I like the idea of ice and snow. And of course Hoth is a snow world, which they are on in The Empire Strikes Back. And that's where the first scenes are set, or I would say probably the first 40 minutes or so. And yeah. So there is snow and there is Yetis, so I couldn't resist. Also because the miniatures are really lovely. So let's see what's inside. Again, a very nice box. Return to Hoth rulebook. Skirmish map sheet. And you also have the missions in here. Again, to pin them on your troops. We have 4 map sheets. God, this one won't open. So we've got one of 4, and you see the nice ice. And even more ice, but some indoor stuff as well. More ice, 2 of 4. Oops, yeah, it's already coming out, but very easily. 3 or 4. Are you 3 or 4? Yes, you are. And we have 4 or 4, so everything's complete. Everything is nicely printed. Very, very nice. Oh, look, it's Leia, the princess. Okay. We have heroes. We have MHD 19. He's a loyal medic. He's not just any medic, but he's loyal. Loku Kanoloa, deadly marksman. Verena Talus, cunning operative, and only 3 heroes. Okies. We got cards. Four-player team battle, 4-player free-for-all, safe and sound, echo base, okay. Here we've got escape from Cloud City, Bespin facility, reward networks, restored reward card, survival of the fittest, know your enemy, Corellia facility, more of these cards, White Noise, story mission, White Noise, page 18, return to Hoth. These are skirmish upgrades. These are cards for the loyal, for the rebels. So Leia Organa, that's her, what you call it, that's her character sheet, as it were. Leader Spy, we've got her twice with exactly the same values. Isn't that weird? No, they're not the same. Military efficiency or aggressive negotiations. I don't know where the difference is when you get which card. Echo-based Trooper, MHD 19, Verena Talus, Loku Kanoloa. And you've got the same for the other side, HK Assassin Droid, normal and elite, Wampa, normal and elite, and one Dengar, ruthless killer. And here you've got cards for defense tactics, snow troopers. So these are the evil player's statistics, snow troopers, normal and elite, SC2M repulsor tank, General Sorin. And then we've got cards for the Imperial player. Okay. So, I get it. Symbol means these are the good guys, so to speak. Obviously, I mean, yeah, we can tell easily. But now they also have echo-based troopers, so these are actually then possibly better for a skirmish game. Whoops, then we have the monster types. They have this green symbol. And then we have evil troops that are, I guess, human. Okay, good. I have learned that the Empire doesn't like non-humans. It is speciesist. What we would also get here are small cards, probably upgrades you can buy for your heroes, and hero-specific ones. So these would be the ladies' cards, our loyal medics cards, the fish guy, the attack thingy. These are all Empire. And item cards again, and stuff. And that's when you look at it, you kind of go, oh my god, this is overwhelming, I want to just cry. But we will get through this, people. It's not going to be rocket science. Again, the insert that does nothing. I'm going to put these back in first. And now it's mini time. Let's see. And that was my foot. This is the best mini ever. Okay, so here we've got the Wampas, and I like them already. And look, you can see the hairs. You can see the fur. They're just so well done. And you can see the horns and the teeth, and it's just wonderful. So you've got two of those. We've got the fish guy hero. We've got the medic. He looks very different. He actually looks like something that HR Giga made for Alien. He's a terrible miniature, I'm sorry. We've got the lady, and we should have, yeah, and we only have 3 heroes, so yeah. Then let's see, here we've got the Ice Trooper guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're easy to paint because they will be wearing white and beige. Then we've got the these assassin droid thingamabobs. And then we've got this thing. Aha. So this sits on top of this, like so. It's got things like this, snip and snip. And then this guy sits inside somehow. Aha, yeah, he does. And you're done. Yeah. And that's the unboxing of Imperial Assault, Star Wars Imperial Assault by Fantasy Flight Games. Return to Hoth and the base game. I'm really looking forward to this. Oh, and there's another cat. She's actually, you can't see her, but she's more like a wampa actually, white-ish. And she also has horns. Like I said, spray painting on Saturday, letting them dry until Monday, and then Monday I should be able to play. By then I will have read the rules, and we should have a blind playthrough on Monday, and I'm looking forward to this, and I think it's going to be awesome. And yes, I will be playing both sides, and no, I'm not schizophrenic. I'm totally able to do this, because what I will also do is I will do the random initiative. So usually in the game, like in Descent, it's the heroes go, the heroes go, then the Overlord goes, and so and of course that is a bit problematic when you play against yourself, because then you have like your hero tactics, and then you know, you already know what you're going to do as the hero, and you can't pretend not to know. Which is why, to spice things up, I actually make them play randomly. So I draw for each enemy group and for each hero, I draw a chit with a number on it. And the lowest number goes first, and then the next highest number. So it could be that the heroes go first with all of their heroes before the Empire does anything. Or the Empire goes to go first with all of its troops. Or there might be alternations. And that works really well. It adds an element of surprise, because you don't know who's going to go first. And basically, as you do, you then have to also adjust. Because if you just did chit pull Empire Rebels, you could still then select from your enemy or from your troops which one goes. But if you assign it to each troop area, to each of your forces, you're forced to think a lot more tactically. Something that you might have looked at before when you saw the plan, where you make your strategy, suddenly goes completely awry, because what you were going to do, you can't do, because of the way, of the order in which people will be activated. So I'm really looking forward to playing this, and I hope you'll join me for Imperial Assault Star Wars by Fantasy Flight Games. The design is by Kore Konietzka, Justin Kempinen and Jonathan Ying. For 2 to 5 players. Have a lovely day. Bye.